Good evening, lovely viewers. We are coming your way live once again from the Gold City Studios. It's TBT, the truth, nothing but the truth. Therefore, yeah, that would be as I said, my tenacity, now move with truth be told. And then so, I mean, I don't your coach away in China. We have another wonderful topic for today, but before we do that, we'll do a recap of what we had last week. Last week, we tackled the impact of the human connection system. The impact of the human connection system. Na yesu anema be brave for home. Why we need to connect with each other. I think before that we had studied about the relationship. Then we came deeper into the impact of the human connection system. Then we looked at the importance of the human connection system as well as the kind of people we need on the journey. And for that one, I still remember, Coach, there were four that we tackled. That is the wealth gatekeepers, the life coaches. We also have the third one being the dedicated warriors, and lastly, the burden lifters. So, four categories we na you say you hear or more if you want to succeed. Coach, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're looking so handsome this evening.
Thank you.
In a nutshell, can you summarize what we did last week before we move to today's topic?
Okay. Mr. Numre Michacha Obibia said Obibia Mre Isifa Etie. And as we said, here is TBT, the truth, nothing but the truth. So, pay asem no quality, asemwa, a bit to me abwa, wisdom for life. And you are at the right place at the right time. As you said last week, na you share about the human system, connecting with the human system. Na you say, enipa huhia papa. There's the need to get yourself connected to some people. Na adie bia no se esese ubisa se emfaso be na minya also. So we started by discussing faso ibenya wo bere a obi beka se ye connect with other people no emfaso be na ibenya also. Nti ye bobo emfaso ahodo bebre se nam so obi so be ma watumi anya opportunities. Ebia won't kura se bibi wo baabi, but ebia me na mate because you are connected to me through me wonsa ebe to me aka an opportunity afi dru baabi so we need people to strengthen us dru baabi ehia se nipa so eba ebe hye nkunan ene no manoma sa no mani nyina no nipa ene di sa no man ebe ba ya brabom. And then we also look at the fact is bere yeni nipa akambom no we are able to form their teamwork. Yitumi kambom ese prayo wi ba kwa emu kambom a. Nti when we are able to connect like that, we enjoy what we call teamwork. And na ye hwe enkrofo ku ahodo a yehia omo in our lives. And na the kind pa na ye ka ho asem ani bere so wealth gatekeepers. See, we are saying you need people sebe omuobi they will be able to guide you and also even to support you. Obi oha asemo si gidigidi ne ese bi onko fa 10,000 Ghana cedi mra oni obi and we saw say it's an error. And most people instead of connecting to the wealth gatekeepers, some people develop hatred for them. Obi oha se ohu obi na se waye yi and as I said, you in what you hate, you can never become. So we advise ourselves to say we need to change and rather get to connect. And I feel so wealth gatekeepers, Mikai, Asemba Pai and say, when you get opportunity to connect to such people, don't go and be begging and asking for things. There be a relationship, and I will create at all. Send a bay out through that, Bibi Pabi, a bit to me, a free mo aba. Then we looked at life coaches, as you mentioned. Abrabono, Okasa Unkwan Woko, Abra, Obia Niwanim, Enchira Okwaina, Obre Papa. So in this life, we need to seek for life coaches. adentina empo those who are very talented in an area, maybe football, whatever, all of them almost were coaches. As a training say, onipa biano, and found send you you still need someone who is ahead of you to teach you certain things. And abrabum no we then kora obi edi wanim. Then bakwa make the burden lifters. Adeswa we obia wa adeswa edru ba bia ohia say obi ebeboa na ade a aya adeswa no either so obeboa wa mana firi so ana say obeboa na oni nyina motumi ayi afiri ho enti nyina no we are trying to say we need one another and we have to connect to such categories of people in our lives. Sebako kai dedicated warriors no ba waboso enti na mama nka ho asem no enti Grace coach I'm say summary na aba no
and that's it coach therefore Mr. Person na be kan and dey be discuss no we file phone na wa share link na ma onua bi on social media platforms I also ene YouTube and Facebook, YouTube and Facebook. Dia obetime de adjoin yen Boakye-Fosuhene. Boakye-Fosuhene. O both side din share YouTube and say Facebook obetime abekan ho. Na say dey be a coach kan nyansa eni bakofo trimu enti say ye go so discuss na also adinche bia obetime de aba through text and say obetime so actual asem say bia obi obetime so e de aba na abo am ye nyina etimi esua de aba se ye besua de enti no we need a contribution on board, we need the questions on board. And then so another powerful topic abetum you say the common mistakes in life, in this life. The common mistakes in this life. Coach.
Yes, sir.
Common mistakes. There any common mistakes.
Okay. I really love the topic. The common mistakes in this life. Ye pese ye nyina eti ase say once I ohun ewi ase ha de wa ba ha so be bobra.
Okay.
Inti ye nyina ye bobra. And one thing we normally hear is that life is a journey. Abona ye born e yakwantu, and it is true because when we talk about a journey, every journey has the starting point and the ending point. Until the day you have started the journey of life.
Okay.
And then the day you will die, and so you have ended the journey. Until between the day of your birth and the day of your death, and any friend life.
Okay.
Now, we have to make choices, because it's one of the things that whether you like it or not, you have to be a partaker of it. Because you have to know, say, at a point in time, you have to make a choice. Until even sometimes the kind of dress we wear, also to me peke at a debut house, there be me Obisu sha or there be nra atade am share na top no ye white neso me san share white be te say no a nti men share color foforo. These are all choices that we make. So in this life there are choices that we need to make in a lot of things. Now adeba akone say sometimes in the quest of making a choice you can make a mistake.
In the quest of making
a choice, you can make a mistake. Enti onipa bia no brea obo homodin say e bia me choose ade we me ye ni say me fa ha edru ba bia utumi yemfom so. Enti say yeka say the common mistakes in this life brea ye bo bra no na bre so ye make choices me fa benkum me fa nifa me so wem me so wem me ye say no. In that you can make some mistakes. In Tibra, oh yes, mistakes, Obi oha, hand papa, because mistake be oha, we are, Becca said it's a great mistake. Obi to me and from so now, from so ya my dear, with a more ding. The reason is that every mistake has its consequences. It is so nipa, we am from so be whether it's a small mistake or a great mistake, ni nyina e won susan so But as we know, if it's a great mistake, it means that the consequences might be great.
Yeah.
And if it is a small mistake, the consequences might be small. And you know, in whichever way, you know, mistakes into your I can say mistakes are bound to happen. But you move a aya na higher a bear at the cassia pa emaye say identity a mistake. Say topic, you know, the common mistakes in this life. The common mistakes in this life. The common mistakes in this life. Into Bisaya Kaka made to make an introduction on.
Okay, Coach, I say no one is perfect. And I say, do you have a perfect person in this world?
Well, say most of the times, say when people begin to relate with others, they tend to look out for a category of person be in their lives. Na bibiri na no ateta I can say me de me pe obi a ofete. It's relative.
Okay.
Oh no, obi a wo be hunu kra be ka say bi a ofete ma as being perfect, you know, the person might not be perfect for somebody else. Okay. Now there's also the proverb that to err is human. And as a say, once you are a human being, there's no way that you can be perfect, because that which is perfect does not make a mistake.
Okay. So
yes,
as human beings now, we are bound to make mistakes any day. It means in one way or the other there are imperfections.
Yes. Once you talk about perfection, then we are doing away with any form of mistake. Because at the end you're perfect. Let's say yes, super perfect. Let's say mistake be a armor. And it's a nipa and to me and tenacity so abra onye mistake there. It means that there is no one that is perfect. There is nobody. Onipa bi no betimi aka say me de sebi you me nyamfum so bi ada there be. That is why we are looking at the common mistakes in this life. Enti yaba ewiasim ha no abra ye tu anamo abrabo akwantu no eye den a mistakes etumi ba wakwan mu. Na the entire yesua and the ebesua and say there are certain mistakes that can be, you see, mistakes can be dealt with in two ways. Mistake abadadano. Mistake abadadano. Ebi my mistake na we, I need to correct that mistake. That mistake can be corrected. And a mistake so minyanye, you know, that mistake can be avoided. So when you have not made a mistake yet, there are things you should know, you be taught that can help you to avoid those mistakes. And na bra why mistake ni so wie no ye betumi asan a kire wade bi ana obetumi ehu bibi so a ebebo ama wa correct mistake na why no. So you either avoid the mistake or you correct the mistake. In the midst of a mistake, you need to correct it. Now, before the mistake comes, you can avoid it. Nti sa no mam yenu we na onipa bi a yeshia, we are either trying to avoid the mistake or we've already committed the mistake. We need to correct it.
Therefore, better coach as CP said them they can no bet me a phone now only be a share link no Boakye-Fosuhene on Facebook and YouTube now abeka ye ho na o asem be say bia na so contribution bia obetimi e de aba wa bra ye guso pensem and say mon coach. What teach you mu there? I want you to go further. What are some of the common mistakes you encounter in this life?
In this life. All right. In fact, mistakes, you know, are awesome. And as we have put it, some common mistakes. Common. Adebia, no. Sometimes you even try to swerve, but it me ba wakwamu. The edi kan pa me pese me ka ho asem ene eye living without purpose. Living without purpose. I started by saying, say, Sebio abraboni yese e akwantu. Every journey must be started. Every journey. Na sisi a Chris.
Coach.
Oka tell me say, ochina obetu kwan ya. The question I'll ask you is that, Chris, kohin. So if life is a journey, then the first question that we must all ask ourselves is that, ma ba abrabo mu amesi me tu abrabo kwan no. Ehina meko. So it means that in this life you need a purpose.
Wow.
Yemu bebre wɔ hɔ a yehu sɛ yɛwɔ abrabɔ no mu but yɛnim baabi a yɛkɔ. We are not talking about me kɔ Kumasi me kɔ Accra asɛm o. Ɛhe na wopɛ sɛ wode w'abrabɔ ne kɔ. Until within a 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, where do you want to see your life? And no one asɛm ne yɛka no. Living without purpose. Until nipa bibiri wɔ hɔ a yɛwɔ atiasefo asase so. But abrabɔ na yɛbɔ no, we have no purpose. That is the truth. And when it happens like this, it means we are living a life without clear direction or goals. Enti no, ebi a yɛde ani akyerɛ baabi, but yɛnhyɛ da nim baabi kropɔten a yɛde ani no akyerɛ, which is very wrong. You must live with a purpose. You cannot live without a purpose. Now, to be very sincere, most of us, if we should ask ourselves now, say, what is my purpose in life? It will be very difficult for some to answer. And that is why yemu bebi roha abrabon ya yera. Ye ko etisa wo ko bebi na wa yera. Nti abrabon ye na mu pa abati ya yera. So what we need to do, and then ye share common mistakes, every mistake be a bekano. I'll talk about correcting it.
Okay.
Enti yenya kwan bi so no, we are living life without purpose, Ye be then ya correcting no. The edit kind say you must reflect on your values and passion. Ade ebe boawa ma otumi aweke towards your life purpose, no. Bisa mu say wo kura no niema be na tahia o pa wa sitena mu. Edin na wo ya wo ahokeka wo mu. You are trying to identify your purpose. Enti bra wo hwe wo mu no. So you need to look inside you first before you look at your outside. Enti some of us we are like, oh, where are you saying na you say there be look inside you first, because that is the first point of contact when you want to see or know the life purpose you have. Then as I we so sign AOB because you say you see you must have a clear direction or goals. And start to set short-term goals or long-term goals.
Okay.
So what I say, for BBC when you say, oh, maybe within a week, it is a Chris, all kind book be. A one book be about 20 chapters. Then you tell yourself, say, book way, me mama home, and now I see 1 week time. Now I can do chapter 10. When you start doing that, you are practicing having purpose.
Okay.
Into would be to me a see when you so. Into the air can say, for BBC when you so, not try say, oh yes, I had the corona. Into short term and say, and no, period, no, and your long term, obi to make us say, by maybe a 5 years time, 10 years time, 20 years time, no, yes, say. So we are urging each and everyone say, yeah, Bob Ray, dear, there is the need to have a purpose. So let us set purposes for our lives. Let's set goals. For BBC when you say, oh yeah, and Tanahosa say, would you womb? It's a mistake. Nti emu bebre ho a won say ya tena ho a ye twen krofo bi so mbeba be ye bibia maye. No, it is not somebody's purpose, it is your purpose on earth. So it means that when others are not moving in your favor, you have to move, because when you look inside you, you are able to see your passion, your values, then you start working towards it. And no nebema or life purpose no etumi abam. So don't live this life without a purpose. It is a mistake to live without purpose. Yemu bebre ho a se nsem wo ya Yesu an se na yenim wo bra obi bakase ne yenyi na megidi se nka by now ye dru baby. That is why, truth be told, we discuss such issues. Se ne be ya se na wonim a wo be hu afeso so no se empo wadwene se aka chimpo a you can still start afresh. So there is the need to have a purpose. Not to have a purpose is dangerous.
It's dangerous. The coach say first point in here say, yeah, live with purpose.
Yes.
And I think Uche say we have to do an introspection.
Yeah.
Then you introspect. Then we'll now set long and short term goals after knowing our values and passion. Wow. Coach.
Yes, sir.
There are some of us who are also, I think, even before I don't know, then most people are just walking in this world, because the brain now was on my neck as a or 5 kind way. So I debating as a dear baby being from everyone could be and he or she follows suit. But actually, Mimi said they need to sit down and take an introspection of whatever their values and passions are before we move on. But the others too, who are also afraid to fail.
Okay.
What about those people?
Fearing failure.
Yeah.
Now, in this life, anytime you want to make it big or to become great, one of the things that you will meet or encounter is risk taking. Sometimes you need to take risk. And there are a lot of people, because of what you said, fearing failure. They fear to fail. And as a result of that, they are not able to take risk. And so, because they are not able to take risk, they cannot make it or become great. Now, failure is not always bad.
Failure is not always bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good to fail. Because when you fail, I remember 2 examples. Number 1, when you fail, it tells you that maybe you were trying a certain way to do something and it didn't work. So you have failed, and the failure is telling you, say, you cannot use that method to solve that issue. Okay. So you have learned a lesson.
So it gives you an experience.
An experience. And one says, sometimes, you know, you have negatives in it also. Sometimes, yes, when even what you are not expecting happens, you should look at the positive side of it. And they say, say, I'm just citing an example. Say, Abia, Utukain, Udu station, na, Kana emerge. Now, fine, one to me, I'm for a 2 out. It's true, but look at the positive side. What if Abia Kana con Sebu, move fan next car, move Kokudukan, Nakana accident? So you failed, but wow. So we should not be afraid of failure. In fact, in this life, I expect everybody to fail. I think, say, we need to be at a point in time, you have to fail. Now, to toss no. You have to fail, gain experience. Then you learn lessons out of that. And onipa bi aso yen can say or encounter failure no. The person must now redefine failure in his life. So whenever you encounter failure, see the failure as a feedback.
Okay.
See the failure as a feedback. Enti de waye na anye yi no feedback na de ma no say untumi nye we ma ne nye sa. Enti do ba bia be positive even in the midst of failure. So don't be afraid that you will fail. No. You must be ready to take certain risk in this life. In fact, there is a risk called calculated risk.
Or calculated risk.
Or calculated. So sometimes, even when you have calculated risk, you can still fail. And they are expert in certain areas of this life. When it comes to, even let's look at our environment. Meteorfui, they can predict to say, oh, ebia ochena ewia say enso beto. Sometimes enso ni timito, sometimes also ento. Meanwhile, no, there are things they will say, they will predict it, beba.
Yeah.
And you know, failure there, you should never fear to fail. Failure is part of life. I am sure somebody is asking whether coach have failed before. Yes. Why not? In fact, if exams are actually, if I've failed exams before, you see, when you fail exams, it doesn't mean you are not a good student. Because sometimes a good student can fail an exam. So failure is everywhere. So we need to redefine failure. See failure as a feedback. Feedback to your growth. And you know, me when you see ye, and to me yes, Emma and you say. Until next time, no, minye say. Then you need to start with small risk. You can't risk one. Until you start, you can't say you go and have a great risk, but at least small risk. Bibi ohwa and said you can either win or lose. Now what try? And by that, you realize that you will be building capacity to resist failure. But on say we are say employee for can be say onipa oye no mempem ho asem omo no mota nya asem, and it is true. Ena uyi obi a oye ho mempem ho asem it means that you are not daring. And in this life, when you are not daring, there are certain uncommon grounds you can never get there. So never be afraid to fail, because failure is part of the human system.
Coach Okasan, meaning say still na say me define my purpose.
Okay.
I still make me a fail.
Now, whilst you ask me this question, listen, person Bisa will say, do you know that successful people have failed before?
Yes. Most of them share the experience.
Successful people, they have failed before. And you know, Yanti says, if I want to be successful, those who are ahead of me, they have failed before. And untina, we try to also admonish each and everyone, say, when somebody fails, please, the way sometimes we digest and bisect people, when they have failed, annoying. Sometimes we treat people as if we have not failed before, but you are a human. There will be a failure somewhere. And to say there will be a failure, you have to be more considerate, because you can also fail. So failure is something that you should not be afraid of. So even after knowing your purpose, you start working towards the purpose, and in so doing, you can encounter failure. So anytime you fail, this is a counsel from coach. Anytime you fail, try again. Anytime you fail, try again. Obi say, what if me try about 10 times, sir? 10 times. Anytime you fail, try again. Because when you don't give up, you see, I told you I love Proverbs. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. So if you want to win, you can't quit. So no matter obi to me komirika no atiato no asore na ebi modikan nso to me kokosan omo. So never be afraid to fail. Now, se wa failure, get up. Yemu bebre ho a ya fail wo bibi mu, because of that intina ya da so ti baby ete. No, get up. Don't be afraid to fail. When you fail 10 times, try again. It's going to work.
Wow. Therefore, you go so kai mo say ubetimi abekan ho e wo the discussion ni mo. Dia ubetimi dey join your Facebook and YouTube. Boakye-Fosuhene. Boakye-Fosuhene on YouTube and also on Facebook na waba. Yenya Michael Obro, edi kan catch us why ready. The table is ready to eat. Na why necessary so obedidi. Now they was my quote be as you say, fear to fail is also a common mistake. Fear to fail is also a common mistake. Yenya Michael Obro. Yeah, mao akwaba pia that was say o my who say o can yeah ho. For say they can obey the question and answer o contributions also about wa bra you go so discussion. Coach, me and Kasana was that problem me.
Okay.
Guys, Madam we say UK, friend of Fred.
Okay.
To me, you must the whole day now needy. Sometimes you care about their health. And you got a time I broke down.
Okay.
And now okay, I said they were not cancer me say and then say when you didn't know before as I can't be a chair for the now your replacement. I've seen say it's also because people have a lot of talent, people work hard, but we don't pay attention to our health. It's me boama nyama enkoye what can you tell us about it? Can it be another factor or a common mistake that we experience in our time?
Okay, I'll say yes. It is neglecting your health.
Okay.
When we say your health must be your concern, your health, it has to be your concern. It must be a priority to you. And if baby do hɔ a sɛbio yadwen akɔ akɔsi deɛ yɛbɛnya ɛso, there's nothing wrong sɛ wadwen sis deɛ wobɛnya so na mmom ɛdeɛn na wode kɔyɛ anya saa adeɛ no. It takes good health to be able to work out to achieve what you dream of or what you desire. That is why when you are sick, and if the sickness is very severe, that is why you can't go to work. So it should tell you that you need this body to be able to do whatever you want to do. When the body is weak, everything about you becomes weak. When your health is poor, your performance is also poor. And until the moment because they know that the health condition when you're A2 is going to affect your performance, your productivity. So as a result of that, they have to tell you say any kofi answer. And one of the common mistakes, and say most of us we neglect our health. When we say sebi obi oye driver ni obi to me free bia yen kan say takrade ebedu sunyane obedru ya pe osan ya load ya ko. Mostly such people, what happens? Omutimi accident or kwan so. Yes, they see a driver na say na order. Yes, because you can't cheat nature.
But coach, I say, the intent.
Okay.
Nanko person is successful or year and hustle benya obetimi make ends meet because or buy now cash or rest here e be or losey sikabi.
Okay.
And which one should we have a balance? And I say, because I say, maybe I'm crowd fee a for here no. So in this quest to be successful, no, quite yes, say the loss of success.
Okay.
No say works where then. Maybe is also trying to place value in themselves in an area, in a drive and say, oh no, buy and there, papa.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the wisdom for life. The wisdom for life. Sabu aduane, food is good for the body, yes sir.
Yeah.
But who did it do baby? One who say what me? Utimi did it do baby say aduane ho papa onko no say ubidi.
Yeah.
Because what me? Na ede na be mo hu sa sabi nyansa wo no na be choose that be say na wa me no ahwe ya obi ha odidi na o me kura still no di say nipa utimi dia na wakofe.
Yeah.
Nature say aduane na odi and you have lost everything. So se ewum se o peska ewum se o hwehwe bibi akofie but ede na wo de yes ade no it is this body eye wudi padu eye wapomudi na wo de ye. So we are saying say you must prioritize your health. Your health must be your concern. And the mistake is that some of us, because of work, because of pleasure, because of other things, we don't consider our health. I feel with time, then the body begins to deteriorate in certain things. Now, young fan say, oh, me wa na say, me tije me yapa. Then you don't go to the hospital.
No painkiller near the
one no painkiller. Be ana say oppressor. And I start to kosoro. But unum painkiller no, na die no, na ko kaka, but ebe san aba. Enti de bia no, adwuma oh yeah adwuma, you realize that you are not all that comfortable. Because anytime something is wrong in your system, it affects you. Enti no, say one to me, I'm fancy when you say no, I need to go and check up. Na me ko hwe ne e ko so e bi kura be ko no aduro ba ko bi o e bitima twere ma ono mo a ho beto. But because you have neglected it with time, a bit the problem, severe problem abero. I'm not really a medical person, but kakra minimum ne say sebi you ya de bebre ho a esi nipa brabo mu a enye dakrope na eba o start bo nkaye something like stroke ansa na beba no onipa kro no be start o a o se me nsa tititi me o ha se ni se na afi na koma bo ni se na se ni se pressure ni nyina no enti se one pay attention fe obehu na de na si then you can't do anything about it. So it is important to take good care of your health. You must have a routine exercise, eating well. You say maybe the pinty was the pinty be that me. And yet you are na yedi at certain times. To me, young can say, and the aduane, you see, the health people advise us not to eat very heavy and then go and sleep. So what I say, obi or how not say, oh, maybe dear nyame and kasa. Stop saying that. Eh, be a nana ho, but what can be to me, ayo, and I be bayo. Chris, I'm say, a Honda ya kwama. And you know, we need to try as much as possible. Say, when it comes to our sleep, exercise, our nutrition, we have to take them seriously. Sleep no so yasem. Yes. And one will say, it is a type of sickness when you can't sleep. Insomnia. And it is a to me na emane nya wo de. Obo say me de me nim say me to me na madawa be 2 hours no mani ate. O yade. Yes. Men can say, fine, you can use the time to do other things, but the body must have rest 6 to 8 hours. And it's older 2 hours apart. And you think, say, a year adepa, and papa. You have to look into it. Now, I want to make this statement. Now, health, your health is non-negotiable. Your health is non-negotiable. Never negotiate your health with anything. That. Enunti o ya de o ya adwuma. Na se wani kuma jaina da. Obi o ha o ya de afi obi hu na se nani subrim no. The person will be feeling very dizzy. Then you realize you say on pa kon sa otokoso e ya na fi wa collapse. Why? Because you cannot cheat nature. Anytime you remember, you can't negotiate your health with anything, not even with money. But at a point, and then Gina Obuha Sabi Uji said, oh, scanty, yes, Abia, ma ondi kusia, or say, oh, maybe. Yes, too bad, but with time, it's going to affect your body.
Maybe I will say, Doctor, we can say you. Dear, when dear, and pass where dear.
What dear? One said, I had then Onipa be a no how betchable. Obi abewu, name mum, assessing it to me. Okay. Aha, assessing it because longevity, unia channel. It gives you the time to do more things. And it say, oh, person we baby. Na se emreno anywhere. Untimi ye. Enti unyi cha. Enti yemfa say, Chris, ebi awo the next 50 years ahead of you. 50 years and yes small. You can use it to plan and achieve a lot of things. But see no. Obi ha kan 5 days no ko. 5 days no. Untimi nkasa wo start ukosi mansion within 5 days. Untimi ye possible. So let's encourage ourselves and let us run away, correct this mistake today. Say, ye di ejuma, eni nyoma bi enti ye refi yapomudin ye mfa ho ne ekoso ye life mu. Black mentality. Na me catch obi. In fact, it has affected all of us.
Yeah, it's very true.
We don't go to hospital unless we are sick.
Okay.
Yes. We say me when you go hospital a check papa.
Which man say me check.
That.
I
say there was a saga. But obi oha. You see, sometimes we feel proud to say me 10 years in a mental hospital. onko hospital no onko ye labs bia onko e bibia or you proud so kasa maybe something is hidden somewhere, maybe something is working somewhere. I feel na eboboba nti sa nkrofo no bo say yade bi bo mo a ebo mo prekope pa na de na ba, but we obi asabi o go hospital at least with time no you betumi say as ade we per say yo start ye say men you say then it saves you so that you can live long. Nti we nye wudi a obewu ni a obewu ediwo ne de eden obi abewu na emom hwese obenyi ache na wotumi aye nioma bebre.
Therefore, we are learning to correct the mistakes that we've been making in this dispensation. That is why we are discussing this important topic. Your health.
Yes.
The common mistakes we make in this life, and I think we are currently on the neglecting your health.
Yeah.
Coach, health in MCA can be brave because it's a major canker. Yeah, because as a people are, there have been people like me say ammonia pressure, and because of the kind of work they also do.
Yes.
Target based, special insurance for any way free. Don't know what did you cry and because
in fact, a juma amount of pressure is so jai.
Oh.
Any work that gives you pressure, you have to stop.
Which in a team will be a native.
One say you see the law of work.
Yeah.
And you see I said there's a difference between work and job.
Yes.
You are at peace when you are in your work. It doesn't give you pressure. But when you are doing a job, obi na foul and you must meet target. That's what you say. The pressure that also. So when you start from job, you must migrate to work. Remember example, you see, because of football team, zero Messi. So because of skills or any training or any no. So okobobo maybe yanka say pressure kese bi ani ho because skills no onyabo ne nko a obetumi, but yemfa ne say ade na wo ye no say pressure beba wo so a na kire say ade no you are not too skilled in it. Then two, it means that sa adwuma na wo ya pressure about so enye adwuma woni je ho, it's not your passion. And enipa bibire ho asa, especially send you who say adwuma wo ye no, whether it is giving you pressure or not. Sunday numere ade be che Monday sir, the moment Sunday evening unim say ade be che makwa adwuma na because when we say adwuma bi wo ho a wa ho say if you kra oba fia ubenya na ade achentem na wasan akwa adwuma no ete say yemfa no so omo ye let me say bi a enji osi o tukwa kwa okwa ebi ya twa flight emu ede adwuma emu ode sa nipa no say obenya na onim say next ochena ebi a ye ko Accra. If you are able to crowd, you the flight na eko, you kwa ye say may present say nipa or chance beba. But the any munye de no. Na emunye ya no. Obenya kura na ka de enche. Obi da ho ane nani ti no say abobe 5 na na yema san ahye no. Enti adwuma e ma pressure no. Say adwuma na friend job. Esesa wo ye adwuma e ma pressure. That is work.
Because the time when they want to be a suit person now
air
condition because her target a man especially they na so na the target yan o metie no ya na of course now and I'm saying now for na yem
eno na de stress e ba no because adwuma woman no the environment itself is giving you stress, your boss is giving you stress, your other colleagues are giving you stress,
your
family. You see, it should tell you say no, something is wrong. Now why should you allow stress on yourself? Because stress it comes to slow you down. Yes, it comes to slow you down. The moment obey stressful no ade bi awoye no into mean content, that is it. So, what the upper practice this consciously, no. We are talking about neglecting health. Consciously, no power home. Try to start managing stress. We will say your life will be a sweet, comfortable. Say, obi mouth stressor. Avoid the person. A juma mouth stress. Yes, give yourself time. Manage stress and see. Wa will say wa krano. Unipa no. Yes. So health, your health must be your concern.
Therefore, Coach, that's it. Mami Boakye-Fosuhene say, anytime you ask what if I fail, also ask what if I succeed, and let that motivate you to move. That's it. Wow. Because anytime I be a negativity in I say, it was a bit someone say, what if I fail? Then also ask yourself, what if I succeed? And let that motivate you. So she's telling us to be positive minded. In your patients, after saying, my health is non-negotiable.
Yes.
My health is non-negotiable. Royal Dance also say, thank you, Coach. Health is key. Thank you, Coach. Health is key. Yeah, Mami Felicia Science say, my health, my wealth. My health, my wealth. You call YouTube swa. Yenia Kuna Eric or say, anytime you fail, try again. No, they are Coach ABF at home.
Okay.
Anytime you fail, try again. Coach, environmental beekeepers as a campaign and beekeeper now for they also play a factor in helping us to make mistakes.
Okay. Yes. A bit more they have surrounded themselves with the wrong people. But there are people based on your direction in life, based on your purpose in life. Some people are seen as wrong people in your life.
Wrong people.
Yes. When we talk about wrong people, from wrong people. If you want to become a teacher, na say you one carpenter for need agora. Yes, in relation to your purpose, you are in the midst of wrong people.
The wrong setting.
Yes. In life, we have to look out for the wrong people and then stay away from the wrong people. Because so long as you associate yourself with toxic people, when they are in your life, they only come to drain you. Now, the people that you need in your life are people who will come in to energize you. They must give you energy. They must come in to give you heat. You understand? Anyone or Babet draw, that person is seen as a wrong person in your life. We find ourselves in the midst of some people who say we are not seeing productivity in our lives. For a year, 2 years, it means that you are with the wrong people. And it's a mistake in life. What for Obiadam for 5 years, 10 years, between nothing good has come out. It's a mistake. Change over. Sometimes you have to change friends. So sometimes you must change friends. Okay. And baby, I woke up. Your purpose will have to determine the company of people that you must find yourself in or engage yourself in. Enti say me pese me say then I need people who will give me the energy to be able to move towards my purpose in life. So the question is, which kind of people are surrounding your life? Are they the right people or the wrong people? Me say wrong people no, enye se bibia obi a obokro no na asem ne yeka ho. But obi a the person is not aligning himself or herself to your direction or your purpose in life. That person becomes a wrong person for you. So let me also say, Chris, you can be a wrong person to somebody. Sure. I can be a wrong person to somebody. But now, you are a right person to me. You understand? Yeah. And you need to look around, evaluate your circle of friends. That's the first question you have to ask yourself. Are there people that gives you energy? Do they motivate you? Are there people who are willing to help you, to sacrifice for you? These are the right people we are talking about. And he say, Obi, let me say, Asumasi, as surrounding yourself with the right people, obentem, wrong people are, Asumasi beko ntemasi obentem in this life. Now one shall say, life is not fair. It do baby, when you fail to apply the laws of this life, and you makuti out. So, you say, Chireme, Oyonko Naminche Usubai. Aha. Usubai. Oyonko Naminche Usubai. Okay. Sir, because the winning nipa edins also with time, no? There's an influence. There's an influence. So, you see, don't deceive yourself. Obi say me, nobody can influence me. It's not true. Unu obi nantecha with time. Ube who say, pick BB from the person, and also pick BB from you. So if you associate yourself with the right people, then no say, Obi say a farmer. You won't go for be or your friends. They don't encourage negativity. You know that me this thing no. You won't say with time, no. You also try to avoid negativity. In the Ube who say you also get into the midst of others. I feel because people are like, hey, not the crazy, not the one partner, because you work with that right person. Wow. Into wrong people there, we must try to avoid them. They don't take excuses. Okay. Boss and I'm so far, no matter you can say I deal with on the case into the hands also by why and yes no matter how tangible the excuses on you know as I was also said but one was wow, yeah, you understand. You see, whenever you look out for excuse, you find one. That one, why haven't you done this? I have not done it because of that. Why haven't you done this? Even if there is a reason, you must go beyond the reason. You have to try and overcome it. And because you have surrounded yourself with the right people. We are talking about Nkrofwa. They have surrounded themselves with the wrong people. The moment you are not seeing progress in your life, the moment you see, say, your life is stagnant, but check the people who are around your life. Check it. Narcissism. Okay, coach. That's it. Nana Joakakari say, God bless you, coach, for the words of wisdom. I'm learning so much. Thank you, coach, for the words of wisdom. I'm learning so much. About Facebook, Felicia, say your association. Okay, any royal dance also say, what do you do when your friends are helpful at a point, but at other areas they are not helpful? That's in Bisabiaba. So we're now for a circle now. We're in a circle. So at a point they are helpful. At another point they are not helpful. How do you segregate? How do you balance? Question of there. There are 3 kinds of relationships. Number 1, we have general relationship, as in people that you meet around. Maybe the people you meet, you relate with them because you are going to meet them there. Until at least obi enya wadam for inko to cry so chano. It's a general relationship. Okay. Then we have seasonal relationship. Some friendship relationship is seasonal. yɛmfa ne sɛ Chris nyame aboa wanya wokɔ aburokyire wokɔ akɔsua adeɛ for 3 years wosua adeɛ no wie ɛsɛ sɛ woba wowie school na ɛsɛ woba wahu sɛ o classmate na wobɛkɔ akɔtɔ ɔmo hɔ no wowie a those who are citizens there remain there. You the foreigner, you have to come back. So you realize say omo is seasonal friends or relationship. It is say you crying your life. Some of our friends be near no more GHS and SHS near day, even university. If you more near no more class, it means no dia go anyway for a period. It be a tertiary, be a 4 years. After 4 years, you know, if you work a seasonal relationship. And now, obi a woni be sign at a point bon say na onipa yi e boa me we say there me hu sa there na say wa be na adwuma wie a seasonal relationship and you need to separate yourself. Any destiny relationship you will be more hard since they wanna wo hu omo you will be connected to them because they are right people in your life. Nobody wants to disconnect from a right person. Obia will encourage you, or you say, such a person, you know, the person will be your friend forever. Do you understand? Yeah. So the moment you realize that somebody is always motivating you, giving you energy, the person is supporting you, the emergency part, the person is there for you. Such a person, why do you dissociate yourself from the person? You will say, Obi or say, this is my childhood friend. I yes because Oman Nanti at that. And Kofobi or Monanti Nafufu, Nanti or Manantino. I bet you that is destiny relationship. Inti Royal Danso say only pa corona or buy now. Why end you may we are? The
question will say, okay, for example, I don't for no be in your life. Maybe in career wise, also be motivated to more year juma. Maybe a canker be a wow. Okay. Ne aspect be so wow. I think that no can say at a point a friend or helpful, but in other areas be ne subana moi. Wow. How do you handle such?
Okay. Your friend ABM say party friend buffet. Buffet. Okwa. Eduane no ho bebre. There is no way say minyan hu bi that they say obi akọ buffet no nye bi aduane mienu miensa buffet ne yeka. If you watch that call maybe 5-star hotel no mo ye buffet. Minyan hu obi a obetumi edi bibia bi minyan hu. Okwa when na wo choose. I want to eat this. I'll take layer of this, layer of that, layer of this. You understand?
The amount of wait missus I will do it, you know, say, come on, wait, you know, where he was the enche, or visa, and me, and the penalty.
And you know, we spoke about our journey of life encountering choices. You have to make a choice. Say, me no, this area, oh, boy, this area, oh, moamia, area now, oh, moame, no. Then there's no need for me to copy or take what you tell me in that area. But the other side, you know, there, I'll take it.
The positive side.
Yes. Yes. So you concentrate on the positive side of the person. But it do the negative now. You have to try as much as possible to avoid.
Because being friends can't also influence.
Yes. And it is say yes, and sakwa and saba. So definitely, you know, you can influence your friend to also change. No mo kita suban bi mo, but through friendship with others, you know, sa suban no, wo ma sesa. Enti sene o sesa me no, na me so me sesa. Nti at the point, you know, na fe de ye nyina ya sesa.
Balance.
Na balance am I. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Felicia. See, your association determines your acceleration. Your association determines your acceleration. Coach. Yeah, I check you. But there are others too. They fail not because, or they make mistakes, not because they are not hardworking. They are not. Also, they live according to other people's standard. I don't want to be taken as a common mistake in our time. So we are share my phone on their bonnet bra. We want to cry iPhone and not tablet. Oh, near.
On to go
to be. Ukra we ebia onim the source of the corona.
It is said that cut your coat according to your material. And your size of material. Now, is one of the major, let me use the major common mistake, especially now. We are all trying to live beyond our means. That is the problem. Name our example. A young lady I was so. Or pejuma onyanya eduma. Or see, hey, we was can come a business. But this person, some way, somehow, can have access of using iPhone 15, iPhone 17. What I say? Sir, iPhone no use no. Okay, so what about 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000 plus. Na adiye kita no also onye adwuma opa adwuma. Also onye business obe senka onye obi kura mane 10,000 a nka obe adwuma. Me ho phone kita na 20,000. But we feel say some of my friends are using iPhone so me too. And we mismanage the things that comes into our hands, especially money. Obi to me, obi nti kota adie bi. Obi use it once. I feel you should be. Yeah, pressure no. So it is a mistake. It is very common in our life, especially this time. And idea, we need to look at it critically. You have to always work within a budget. Once you do baby, say Ghana finance minister be ready budget. Everything must be budgeted for. You must budget for your life. I saw budgeting. Ebia week biano me di ska kosra ebia say ebeporo so ana bibi emergency very important na ba. We have to learn how to be budgeting. Nti you can't budget anya Ghana nkwa na budget. Anya adwuma wo mu nkwa na budget. Esa also so your budget. You must budget for yourself. Then because say yemu bebre wo ho we are living beyond our means in intino enkrofo bi nti na ye boy bra ye so ye kire say ye nso ye wo ho no. We are not able to save. Yentumi save nti sika no ba ne nsem a obu hade bi ode ne sika etontade. Emaya abai say opesi de bi osesa na tade na ehu say wo ho. Ha na ehu ye na ye den. O de ye misa na ye den. Na we fine na ye den. You understand? You must learn. You see, you can never become great. You can never have it, or you can never have more than enough when you don't save. Two things. You have to learn how to save and how to invest. But the way you move, you mismanage sika. Any new my buy and seminar, we are not able to do that. And as a result, sinabi acquire a hawamai. Into your onkrophobia. So almost share boom compound show my chiwa brabo imwa. They mostly regret. You can say, me home pa. And can I me juma wa hai? Can me ye say? Yen you be to me etoye. And penny say from anti hoda. No condition is permanent. Inte do baby na said, Sikeba na nyoma ekoswa. You have to save some, invest some. Because emre bi beba. You say emre sesa. Emre dane. Brono bi din no emre dane. Emre betumi adane. As a result of that, you need to learn how to invest and also how to save. One to me and share sa nyoma mi no ebe how. So let us try to desist from living beyond our means. So you are trying to please somebody. And then what we say, you see, when you have it and you are using it, say yes, sir, you can be a millionaire. A millionaire is not somebody having a million. No, there be. A millionaire is somebody who has a system in place that always ensures that the person always have a million. So what I say? Into Yemfan say, men are me running Yemfan say VIP transport system. Buses, Yemfan buses in media. I am a millionaire because at any point in time, the buses are working. Or more fairly. Into me be crafty, no more fairly. But ene seminya ebia 1 million Ghana cedi. Na me say me a millionaire. Na me even 10 cedi a card there pe. My free home. My free level no. You understand? So it is important to say you say cut your code according to your material. Baby o ha unya nru ho. Obo ase. Baby o ha unru ho. Eye den a obedu ho ba se unya nru ho. Enu nti no boa wo ho so that ebedu baby no you grow and get there. You see here Elon Musk so oka say auto the latest car you can buy it because our system be a fairly emano but me no me system be any ho. So why are you the little now about seven? Why are you mismanaging it? Now we nyina so person unyeskapa. It will be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for you. Untimi savings. Obo haye at the beginning of every year with me I feel them year savings. Or the 1 week 2 is not go first Canada. Yes. So we need to avoid that. Overspending, mismanagement. We have to handle it in our life. Because it's a great mistake to live beyond your means.
The main I don't know. I believe one reason why people live beyond our means is comparison.
Yeah.
This my friend has done this. My friend has got this. The woman has gotten this. So I need to also get it. I need to acquire it by all means. Some girls are giving themselves up to guys not because they wanted to, because maybe what is trending is an iPhone 16. Okay. In the now for Krabi. What's the advice for us?
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Okay. So stop comparing yourself to others. You have to stop that. Remember, our purpose in life are not the same. They are not the same. And everybody is trying to progress. So you must focus on your progression. Progress, your progress. That is where you have to concentrate. But what being said, and yet obedient. And when you say oh no munsio now shen chen ya untumeno. That is focus. Enti enye obi asa osa na ebe chere oso asa. Dabi. Now, minim say Emrepamuno will be here to learn a lot of things. Enipa say yesu nyepe. As a teacher, minim say we are aware say enkwala ni bi oho a omo ye slow learners. But onya piki wie pe apeke. Obi also or a fast learner. Obi also so o kire na de na hwa obeti ase. Later na free ni trim. You understand? Enti esun obi ana senior te ene ne oye. So learn to focus on yourself. Now, so we compare ohun to ebi mu a. Na o compare so that it will guide you to do right and to also advance. Comparison na ye ka no eye se o compare wo ho na how eno na ye se enye no but se ebia crazy consultant afia na master I need to compare myself with you, then by that me say hey Chris me hu so yes me nye no bi ene me starting ye na me so no me ndru ba bia wadru no. Into your positive comparison. We are talking about negative comparison. Because so they want to be a shame free muma. Name what comes out mostly when we are trying to compare ourselves with a competition. Me ya mana me de na chain de no. Me ya mana who say yes, me so me ho. Am I young? Don't be example. A young lady recently visited me at the office. But I know she my friend weave on. Nice one. Young lady. And now, many kasa na bisa say na we went there for power saying price of butcher me no. Now, Sebio, if you are such a young lady, now if you want by me house open more, you think I'm going to say what to me koto weave on. I don't want to mention any price, but price is here. Now what say at the abasa me wow. And now see me too weave on a cotton amount. Me tongue near Bebano. Now there are any episode here.
As every couple of years, from top to down in the phone here.
Anyway, now
a chain on the jet, you know, and say, phone said, okay, iPhone 16 and 17, a watch 24 karat, we won it, over 7K. Any man will want to say no. Oh,
do me one.
We a company now.
And you know, let's try as much as possible not to compare ourselves to others negative. And then are there quite a problem every social media.
And then
yes, say a friend say, and yet Shenshemina na yeshemo. Say ye were absent no be your heart. Obi animu ye prekesen ko obetumi da fa nu na animu ato. Na wo hu obi na wa yes anema no da beto yi na e ma o pressure. Oh, very serious.
Na me tell you say my makeup you know as kocha you the filters na kocha.
Enti say one hwe social media be mo anya your friend is saying you enter into unnecessary competition. When you say you will be more hard, obey to me a video be a children no background the medicine or American, but no America. People say, get way to make America. Na ye wa the meso me ya meko bi no. Me was so na or na class. So let's try as much as possible to overcome that, because enya dia a boy trying to compare ourselves with others. At any point in time, you must show gratitude to yourself. At least abrabono, what you celebrate what you have done, and let it give you the energy to continue. And ma obedient say, at least or nanimu sin wa anyahwe wo nso anyahwe also wo nim sin obi o. Yes, so you must show gratitude to yourself. You need to encourage yourself. Please, usu you nipa why ye bibi kakra. Enye obi an to me start school wi o. What to me wi school na se wunya nya adwuma mpa o try your best. So what I say, me who say as if say you are good for nothing. No. Some people they have written application friendly and friend omo. Yes, on na share as what you or try say a friend. Obo so our call interviews be one year successful. And as we have said, the fact that you have failed doesn't mean that you should quit. You have to try again. Yes.
Coach, that's it. Any other answer? Say thank you, Coach. We have to focus. This means you have to focus and choose the ones who are helpful for our destiny.
Oh.
And so say, Chishamana the man, no man who say, focus na it me choose. Omombe boy or your brother said, okay, aspect you and answer on boy, you ignore the person. That's what so basically influencing positively. At least or no impact positively in your life, you also replicate the same gesture.
Oh.
Which other one can you?
Yes. But could be near one misakura and can make cancer. Okay. Your friend, no time waste. As I saw away, time lost and never in. Time lost is not equal to time. No. Once you lose time, it's gone forever. And that date, say a date that sad date, you know, we will never see it again. Sunday, yeah, date, now, most of us, we have little knowledge or no knowledge about time. Yet I can't say time is money. It's true. Yeah, baby man, baby, away na ye hunisa. You are paid based on the number of hours we juma. Internet say time is money. Into to me a juma 10 hours a day. Ubenya ehusika. But you mo baby or sometimes with the excuse now we can say me ni hwe ye. Into you waste your time. We allow obi also cry yemfa ne say bi otena TV ho obi bitima na television ho be ye say hours na ni kumpa no so no afi nani me wa so ade chen obekọ adwuma. How can you be productive? You are wasting time. A lot of distractions and then kumfudumfo social media ya asema ye kan hwe praise what who said obetimi afa phone say oh me pese me check 1 or 2 bi or TikTok be 10 minutes when ni be ba so no di one na what I say ni nyina no eye time wasters yen ka say nyew eye but you need to control your time fa wo mre no ye ne ade a de emfaso ebeba so enti obi o tumi say sesia na wiki akoi anyway the man who so man tima anya hwe you didn't control the time. Ya wo bra ye di ye bibia bra wo ye adwuma anye bra ye de bon komo on say o ye adwuma kora adwuma bi wo ha wo ya it needs your full concentration. Now sign wo phone so you realize say as a distractions into adwuma bi wo ho a ka me be kan sim say adwuma papa bi wo ho a okọ a ye ma wo mfa wo phone o ba bi a now the phone break and son of a phone. But then call your hospitals na ko. Ope connect near or shy the for or duty pa. You said nurse for no money and in the market. There are a lot of places I'll be quiet. As you say, Nipa, you are not in the phone. Oh, me on the phone. Now or share or Instagram. Always Yanka say, I do baby. I said, yeah, you need to happy yourself. But and yet time one. We need more of you, and I say you need to function to the fullest capacity. Yes, I time best. I didn't teach teacher for more exams. You don't allow them to bring in phones because a bit more distract, a bit more practice happen. So know what to do at what time. But most of us we are wasting our time. Within 24 hours, every day be a only be our 24 hours. 24 hours, you know, obi you sumo 10 hours. Edinya bibi kese obi so use 12 hours and so on. And it has to be your concern. As I say ubisa wo say enti you rade bi mu a 24 hours no apart from what and na free mu ene adidie time no a de aka no de ye den obi tumi gina phone so na obi kasasa 3 hours omo kasa omo kasa we so on shede hu asem papa bia o obi so ho a ono obi be kasa 10 minutes sa 10 minutes no opportunity say be free mbeba no obi say awesome. So let's try to avoid that. You see common mistakes in life. Stop wasting time. Let me put it this way, stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. You are in 24 hours every day. I am in 24 hours. The 24 hours is my time. The 24 hours is also your time because you are inside the time. You must be productive and the time must be profitable to you. Na ne obeye no na be kire say obeye profitable na so onye profit.
Whether was CP ebusianfo obetimi still I share link na ma onye bi so I join ni. Demra no echo p na ko che me come you know we abom. I think connecting comparison anyway, no say there are others too. What has landed the person at where he or she is? You want to say, it be a mistake in our time now, no. And yet, man, so I'm trying to say you no per se, but or she say people look at trend. So I say, be a human say, let us even bring it to career. A human when I see a trendy. It can so. Ubu and Kaban say yes, who said ne purposely, and on so cool. But sometimes on a purposely more quite but so now ink and said any musa until who say Hannah and say how then quick now to can answer shift it. Then another group of people also yeah. Ubu Philly say I think it's connected last week there no. Oh, I can do it on my own. I don't need anyone's help. And sometimes mistakes we can learn from others. No, we own your time in question because Philly say, oh, I don't want to inconvenience others. We call fan say I'm also capable. So I don't need anyone to also help me out in my field of endeavor. And sometimes it lands the person. Maybe I did something be a month and 2 months, sometimes be a 2 years. Now still, Oguso, etc.
Okay.
What's your advice for us?
Yes, I understand what you are saying. Now, I want to pose this question. Can you tell me just one person? The person has risen to the top that nobody helped them. Kura also know the president of that country. It was through the help, the voting of people and Crawford vote. And I'm our the president. Senyan Crawford na kosan like to aba president ka onuru baby or no. You understand? So everybody needs somebody. We all need help, no matter who you are. Na edu baby a sebio enioma bi na ema ya dwenye ye say I don't need anybody. I can't I will do it without. Edu baby a ya dwen yensa. But entumi so nyɛ saa ɛma wonsom oni nipa. Now area we are strong no area bi so betumi aba you are not strong there but obi na yɛ strong ɛwɔ. So when it happens like that ɛno nti na akɔ school ma me hu school bi a you see owo me fan say lower primary any upper primary ɛna sometimes ubenya one teacher or try a lot of subjects. Say Kurano, at least obi a class teacher or baby, but you do French or French. Teacher say French teacher. So you realize say you cannot do it alone. And the idea say yinina yejitum na yetuhua na say we can't do it alone. No matter how you train yourself to be capable or whatever. Now, the greatest surgeon say onya problem and you know na performing surgery one just say obi na be man. And when the say everybody needs somebody. You understand? Everybody needs somebody.
Wait, I'm going to continue my last question.
Okay.
Yeah. There are others too who later in life and say watch TV I home where they were but later in life I said they become lonely because they didn't connect with their family and friends. Others too in their quest to also succeed, I want to be anyway. That's the point. As I break down between me, the Nipa now because they are the ones who are supposed to also care for you, which also is a very big and a common mistake. How do you also help? Open it up to us, and also I think that's the last question. Because of our time.
All right. I'll still go back to our proverbs. In fact, me the meet me I say Ghana and me Yame we have a lot of proverbs. It speaks volumes of things. But I could say every human being, you must have a base in your life. A base is where after everything you return. After everything. Into Kwajuma, we are then out upon Obekofi. If you out in baby out, dying out in that is your base. And the people there, family, everybody has a family. Now, a do baby, ye di in Sembiachi, the Nipa Bimwaka, and I say, Ebia, the Ebia Obi Wabushamu, the Ayenti, we try to cut off from our family. No, you don't have to do that. We yes, wow. You must connect because now, young fan say, oh, say, oh, yeah, birthday party. Yamia boy, be 30 years, 40 years old to party. About your party, no. Ongwana Woody and our friend of Mobile. You call people to come, friends and loved ones come in. So in this life, pay attention to family and loved ones. Don't pay attention to enemies or those who hate you. In this life, concentrate on those who love you, not those who hate you. It's wrong. Until you are there, consider your family, your loved ones. They are those who matter. But our attention is always on our enemies. Almost say intimate and say, Matissa or Marco Cancer was saying this intimacy may say. You always think of that. Do you know why? Because you can never please an enemy. Even when you have done your best, your enemies will still speak negative about you. So concentrate on your family and loved ones. So don't neglect your family or your loved one.
Which is the time not in there, but to say, I'm not sure I say, how do you ask for help? How do you ask?
Do you ask for help? Nana, that's it. You must first of all consider which area can I get the help? Because not everywhere now being your help. The area. Now area be also no nipa na wo. Inti wuji say maybe adwuma ma me we here help we. We gidi say we the HR na bit me the amamia. Then the HR department, you go to the department. And whoever is in charge there, then you consult them. And empanyin say one kasa utiri ho a you were born. Sometimes we are not able to express ourselves. You may be bibi higher will be ho yentuminka. Necessary ho. It's not a good behavior. The how no is utumika. Enti berea mahu say this department na meet me nya free. As soon as in charge, I need to make the move and go there and speak out. Because meet me no one auntie. Now we hear baby papa. On country minim. To me, oh, no, we hear when one can't tell me. Oh, now come I ready? Say, you didn't speak up. So we have to learn to. I said, Makanema Miensa, you have to locate area crowd binyano. The emphasis department corona. Then whoever is in charge there, the person responsible, then you have to make a move and go and speak. Sometimes I just say me kono wa amwami be positive. Now cause no obo away. All right.
Which emrana so em se pepepe. Going to my time in the 9 about pepepe.
Okay.
Which your last word.
My last word is in hand say emre nuntino. And the yeka and in said this the new my abobo so a common mistake in life. And in our sha ye de torso mistake biano ye yenye na yen correct. And yet me deke sepa me pese yinyina ye kaye ni say mistake emaya. Say mistake emaya, you can avoid it. Say mistake ba correct.
Mistake.
So a mistake that has already taken place, you must correct it. A mistake that lies ahead of you, you must avoid it.
Thank you so much. Viewers, all too soon have come to the end of today's session. That is which
topic and
the
common
mistakes in this life. Common mistakes in this life. Which James I said no more. We'll come again next week. But before that, we said you you can still share with your friends. Though we are done with today's session, we believe that you can as well share with a friend or a brother to also benefit from whatever nuggets we had today. We are also open our doors for some sponsorship. If you want to sponsor or come to our aid so that we can be able to sustain this program, please, we have a number that will be displayed on the screen right now. You can contact Coach KBF and you would also come on board to help us so that we can be able to sustain this wonderful program. Viewers, I think we've done a lot today. We couldn't meet up with a lot of points I wanted to come and give. And I think my last point is patience. Atta says that a mistake that lies ahead can't be avoided. I think that was one of your last words. He has also picked it and said, a mistake that lies ahead can't be avoided. Viewers, I think the sponsorship detail has been displayed. You can contact Coach on the Momo line or any other. I think we have a Momo line that has been displayed that you can contact him on that particular line. Give any support that you have. We can also, with time, advertise for you whichever business that you are also into, so that as we come on air, your business will also be aired. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye bye. TBT, the truth, nothing but the truth.